In a world where trust is hard to find, Solana ID brings you peace of mind. Your digital life secure and free, a place where privacy meets integrity. In a world where shadows used to reign, Solana ID brings clarity again. Your digital self in control, the privacy that you were on a roll. With Solana ID, you were in control. From the blockchain to the web, we know. No more secret, no more lies. With the Soul ID, your reputation grows. Let's go once more. With Solana ID, in control. From the blockchain to the web, we know. No more secret, no more lies. With your Soul ID, if your reputation grow. In a world where trust is hard to find, Solana ID brings you peace of mind. Your digital life secure and free, a place where privacy meets integrity. In a world where shadows used to reign, Solana ID brings clarity again. Your digital self in control, the privacy that you were on a roll. With Solana ID, you were in control. From the blockchain to the web, we know. No more secret, no more lies. With your Soul ID, your reputation grows. Let's go once more. With Solana ID, you were in control. From the blockchain to the web, we know. No more secret, no more lies. With your Soul ID, if your reputation grow. In a world where trust is hard to find, Solana ID brings you peace of mind. Your digital life secure and free, a place where privacy meets integrity. In a world where shadows used to reign, Solana ID brings clarity again. Your digital self in control, the privacy that you were on a roll. With Solana ID, you were in control. From the blockchain to the web, we know. No more secret, no more lies. With your Soul ID, your reputation grows. Let's go once more. With Solana ID, in control. From the blockchain to the web, we know. No more secret, no more lies. With your Soul ID, if your reputation grow. In a world where trust is hard to find, Solana ID brings you peace of mind. Your digital life secure and free, a place where privacy meets integrity. In a world where shadows used to reign, Solana ID brings clarity again. Your digital self in control, the privacy that you were on a roll. With Solana ID, you were in control. From the blockchain to the web, we know. No more secret, no more lies. With your Soul ID, your reputation grows. Let's go once more. With Solana ID, you were in control. From the blockchain to the web, we know. No more secret, no more lies. With your Soul ID, if your reputation grows.
And with that beautiful song, I want to say welcome to another Solid Talk. Let me just switch my mic. 1, 2, 3. I think that should sound a little bit better. Do you guys hear me well?
Yes, sir. A
Awesome.
little bit of an echo.
Alrighty. Oh, really? There's an echo?
I think
Hello,
so.
hello. Oh, there's an echo actually. I hear myself. Where's that coming from?
Is it from me?
Could be. Maybe you mute yourself, Pierre. Then I will do the welcome again. Yeah, I think that's better right now. Okay, hell yeah. Okay, so Pierre, when you're not talking, you stay muted, my friend. Welcome to Solid Talk number 51. 51 weeks of solid yapping. Last week we celebrated our 50th, not anniversary, but our 50th week of live streaming. And today we're here again to do the next 50, to reach the 100. Okay, so the next goal is 100 Solid Talks, 100 weeks of solid yapping. That's going to be almost 2 years. What the fuck? That's crazy. Anyway, we're here again to bring you the latest and greatest from the Solana ID ecosystem, but also from the Solana ecosystem. As always, we're going to touch a little bit on prices, markets, and everything that concerns Solami. And then we're going to talk a little bit about some company updates. Today, I have my dear friends Pierre and Benny with me that join me for today's Solid Talk, and of course, the whole community as well. So, first of all, GM, Damaresa, Giannis in the house, Chills is here, JD is here, Foodle also here as always, Cyber, welcome to yet another Solid Talk. O is also here, welcome O. Pierre, 1964 as well, GM, my friend, and Victor Alpha, good to see you. We do have a full house as always. We're just getting started here. We're going to have a little intro, a little yapping, a little updates just from ourselves, from the people behind the curtains, actually in front of the curtains, the people building Solana ID. And then we're going to talk a little bit about prices and then company updates. And we're going to reveal the perk pitch winner as well today, because we kicked off a little competition last week. And today we're going to look at some of the submissions and we're going to pick one of the winners as well. So I'm excited for that. Anyway, hi, Pierre. Hi, Benny. How are you guys doing?
Is
You
it
all right?
better now? Is the echo
Yes,
gone?
much better.
Oh,
Yes,
perfect.
echo's gone, voice is clear, very
How's
professional.
the voice? How's it? Like, how can you hear me, guys? Is
Nice.
there
Adds like that sexy raspy effect to it.
a
Very sexy.
raspy?
That
Okay.
yeah, I would have explained it the same way. Benny, what's the better like? Does Pierre sound better right now with his mic?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
no,
was
much
yeah?
better. No echo,
No,
slightly
compared
seductive.
to me,
Oh,
slightly seductive. Compared to my voice quality. Don't don't rate our tone
yeah,
in
yeah,
terms
yeah,
of
yeah. It's just
sex
mics.
appeal. Just
I would,
mics. Yeah. What?
yeah, I would say yours is like slightly above Pierre's, just a little bit, just a
Okay.
little bit.
What are
Interesting.
you
Yeah. I
using,
mean,
Simon?
I have my I hope it's
Ah,
good. I have my studio, my travel studio mic, but also I'm in a public place, right? So there's like some chatting around me happening. So I suppose this mic would be even better in a quiet room. But anyway, now that the technical difficulties are out of the way, Pierre's a new mic as well. By the way,
finally,
if you don't
after
see that,
almost
yeah,
1 year of solid talk streaming, I got a professional
professional,
microphone.
yeah, just acquired it from the island shop. The new
Yeah, it was actually
DJI
very
Mini.
cheap compared to if I get it on Amazon or anywhere else.
Yeah,
It
what'd you get?
was
Tell the people, give them a little rating of what you bought, and is it worth the price?
I mean, I haven't really tried it. It's like the first time me using it. I don't, and I can't hear myself, so I cannot tell if there's any difference at all. I have to listen to the solid talk after this. But first of all, I wanted to buy the microphone last week already before I went to Bali. Then I was like, nah, I'm not going to do it because they don't have the little lightning adapter you need to plug it into your iPhone, and I have
iPhone.
still that iPhone 12, so not the USB-C charger.
Yeah.
And then I searched it up if I can get the adapter online, and then I decided, okay, when I come back from Bali, I will just get it and then order the adapter online. And when I went there today, I saw it again, and it was like $20 on discount or something. So I got
Hmm.
it for $110, I think, and
It's not bad.
average price online on Amazon and other shops is
150.
usually around like $140, $150.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was comparing as well. Like, you see, guys, we're trying to save money here. I was looking Bulgaria. Bulgaria was like $170, like converted ish.
Oh,
And then it was quite pricey. Then German Amazon had like 130 euros, which should be $150 or something. And then you said on fucking Boracay, this fucking piece of small island somewhere in nowhere, for like $100. And I was like, okay, that's not bad. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get myself one as well. Whenever you're on the move, this mic's actually really good, because obviously I can't use this for content creation when I'm with my iPhone.
Because you can still hear me talking while I am on the other side of this room. Is that right?
Magic. Technology. Impressive.
That's fucking crazy.
It's fucking crazy. GM's not touchy. Good to see you as well here, GM. Anyway, Benny, you all right? It's kind of morning time for you back
Doing
in the
well.
US, Nay.
Yeah, not too bad. 8 a.m. Nice, bright and early on a Saturday morning. Got my coffee, hydrated. Chester's running around somewhere in the background. I'm ready for this all
Awesome.
talk.
Nice. Who's Chester, for people who don't know? I think there might be some people in the audience that don't know your little friend.
Yeah, the pup. He usually is like hanging out on the couch, but I don't know.
Maybe
He had some attitude this morning when I woke up, so we'll see.
Yeah. What meaning does Chester have in your life, by the way?
Like the name or like the dog himself?
The individual. Yeah, the dog.
Oh, I mean, quite a bit. You know, I think Web3, when you work in Web3, most of your coworkers, most of your friends live on other parts of the world, right? Like and that's why Web3 events and conferences are so nice and so important to go to, is because you finally connect with all these people you work with all the time, you talk to every day. But when you live in somewhere like Arizona, there's not necessarily a huge crypto community. There's a few people, but not really Solana based, compared to like Toronto, where there's just a massive just home base of Solana builders that you can always go and hang out with. So Chester, for me, I mean, just keeps me social, keeps me active, you know, waking up every day, taking him on walks, taking him outside, you know, on the long days, grinding at the PC. He's sitting here. I got his dog bed right next to me, hanging out with me. Yeah, he's just my partner in crime.
Partner in crime. You guys are together now since how many years?
I think going on a little over a year, like going on a year and a half now. I got him when he was 2 months. He was like a little nugget, and now he's kind of a big nugget. he's meaty guy.
It's not a small dog, right? It's not a small dog, by the way.
No, but he's compact though. He has long legs. He's like 60 pounds, but he doesn't look 60 pounds. You know, he's a very dense individual.
Right. That is a very good description. I like that. Yeah, a compact dog, ladies and gentlemen.
Physically and mentally very dense, let me tell you.
Nice. I think Pierre can relate as a fellow dog friend as well. Now less than before, but I think you also lived for a pretty long time with a dog who still exists, obviously, in Germany, back home. But you don't see him a lot. Yeah.
No,
rarely.
I always feel guilty. They basically left my dog behind to travel the world and live in another country. But I mean,
fuck everyone else, like family, mom, you know, the old girlfriend, fuck them all. But the dog, like, he's important.
I still pay dog support every month. Okay, so there's at least some financial support there.
Yeah, burden.
Completely out.
Dog support.
But in the end of the day, I miss him more than he misses me, because he's just a dog. Like, give him a few days, he doesn't know anymore who I am. I mean, of course, when I come back, he always recognizes me and he's happy. But then after a few days, he's like, "Who the fuck is Pierre? What is he doing?"
Isn't that nice? I think we can learn something from this behavior as humans. By the way, you know, we always get so clingy and attached to things and people and places and everything. The dog's fucking happy everywhere, you know, like you could fucking fly him to the fucking island and after 3 days you'd be like, "Oh, it's nice here, I'm gonna stay here," and he completely forgets about Germany probably. And he's gonna be in his you know what I mean, like they don't have any kind of attachment like that's long lasting. I feel like, I mean, I never talked to one, but at least.
It's actually the perfect way how you describe it. I would say that's how Anthony DeMello would like encourage people to live. Like
To be,
he
yeah.
enjoys it when he sees me.
Yeah.
He's happy when I'm there,
Yeah.
but he can also be happy without me when I'm not there. Pretty.
Yeah. If you're in a rough patch in your life right now, then pick up the book Awareness by Anthony DeMello, who's a very interesting philosopher that I think isn't with us anymore, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah,
but
he died in the 80s.
Yeah, he died. Yeah, but he brought some interesting pieces and thoughts into humanity. So Anthony DeMello, Awareness, always a good book to go through in rough patches, and also in whenever you feel good, actually. Also not bad. Anyway, I don't even know how we ended up here. Let's jump into some solid topics. How about we start with a look at the markets and talk a little bit about Solana, and give Pierre, who just came out of his winter sleep due to some sickness, a little update on what the fuck is happening in crypto. So I think that's probably where I want to start. I want to take a look at what is happening over here with the Solana chart. I have to say, the market right now is pretty rough. It's pretty shaky. It's very volatile. It's, doing a lot of swings that are a little bit out of proportion, but I guess that's just crypto. I don't think this is anything new, really, but I'm personally it's a bit tricky right now to do anything with this market here. I'm not going to lie, because you literally have no idea what happens next, because what you see here, just looking at the recent candle, I think you guys probably saw that as well already. This little jump here from $175 to $207, like just overnight, basically, not even, like in a few hours. And that's just because Jerome Powell stepped on the mic and was like, I'm going to cut some rates. And then bam, this thing just shot up. And that's all it takes. That's all it takes in crypto to incur a measly 17% price jump in, what is this, like 5-6 hours. So pretty crazy, but that was the pump. Okay, that was just a indication at September rate cuts that were announced by Powell's speech yesterday on Friday, and that basically turned the market again over. Still, I have to admit, it is not really. It wasn't surprising when you would just follow what I'm telling, but even I myself didn't follow it, because it's just so easy to get shaken out in this market. So if you're having a rough time right now with the prices, we're in the same boat, because we did this one high here in July, where we kind of reached the same level than we're at now, like $206. And then we first, went into this wave down again. I tracked it as a 1, 2, 3, 4, wave 4 down into a support region. The support region was pretty much hit. That's the red box you see on the chart right now here. The 618 and 786 fib levels that basically retraced this wave 3 here into the support area. And then from this level 4 support, we then managed to get another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in. The fifth wave here to the upside was definitely a bit out of proportion, in my opinion. It kind of, it went a bit higher than I anticipated, but it's still valid based on fib levels and fib counts. Because as you can see here, the green lines up here are the fib extensions for the fifth wave, and it reached the targets really well, almost 1.618, which is usually the golden ratio, the most likely target to hit. And then from that high, I basically tracked this as a subwave one to the upside, a new wave 1, and then we were going down in a wave 2 that was a bit choppy, right? People were really bullish up here, and they thought, okay, we're gonna go all-time high now, and then the price just fell down to $180, and people were like, okay, are we turning around now? But it was just an ABC, so we really went down to $175 here, which was again 0.618 for the wave 2 here. This 1-2 correction, again, pretty well hit. So fib levels kind of worked out here, Elliott waves worked out here. And now we're potentially in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This needs to be validated still. For a bullish case right now to continue, we need to find support in this area between $196 and $183 at maximum. So I think we could either turn around from this level already, because the wave 3 here already reached pretty high fib level, like a 2-time basically chip. So it shot through the 1618 and then the wave 2 now, and then the 2 fib level here. And now we're in this wave 4 to the downside, I suppose. Wave 4 is usually a bit messy, can go a little bit up and down. But I suspect the price should find itself somewhere here, maybe now over the weekend. And from there, we need to find a new high after this $207. If we find a new high here, then I think the bull count can continue. Obviously, after this, we'll retrace again, but then we can move forward in this wave count here, basically completing the wave 5 in the sub count, and another wave 5 in the sub count, and a wave 3 in the larger count, all the way up here, right? And then we could, see prices again in the mid 200s. And this could, lead to a new all-time high as well, if this plays out all the way to this last wave 5 here in this larger count. So overall, it looks not too bad. Rate cuts are coming. It's being priced in right now, right? So I don't know how much more we're going to run in the short term. But what is pretty positive is that we have the chance to see an alt season, guys. We could see an alt season. We've been talking about this in the market since like a year, right? So I don't know. I don't know what you guys think, but I still feel like it could be coming. And this chart that I'm showing right now here, that is basically a zero, or that is basically the ratio from all crypto tokens, excluding the top 10, compared to Bitcoin's market cap, okay? So basically all the smaller tokens, excluding the top 10, compared to BTC. And as you can see, in the last rally here in 2022, we reached a value of 0.5, okay, which was the all-time high so far in this chart, which would be a realistic target now for the altcoins, right? This is literally altcoin season chart. Like if this goes up, right, if we reach 0.5, we never reach something like 1, okay? That would be crazy. That would mean that everything outperforms all the major tokens. There would be a drastic change in everything. But what could happen is definitely this. There's still a lot of room to breathe here to the 0.5, to the last all-time high. And this would mean that all the smaller tokens, excluding the biggest 10 cryptocurrencies, would perform well against Bitcoin. And it kind of goes in line with the Bitcoin dominance as well, which has been topped at 66%. And since then, it's been going down. And it's definitely in a downtrend right now. Sure, it might recover a little bit, and you could count Elliott waves here as well. It could recover here in an A, B, and then C. But my target range down here, this little small box, is as low as 53%, or even 52% Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance also means that all the other tokens, Ethereum and Solana, perform well against Bitcoin. So far in this season, in this cycle, we've seen a lot of Bitcoin movements, right? So that's a little bit of updates here on markets and prices. And obviously, when altcoins pump, I think chances are good that also our beloved Solid has a good time, right? Because we're definitely an altcoin. We're not a major, obviously. And we already saw when altcoin season was Googled a lot a few weeks ago, when the market pumped a lot last time, we already saw that impacting our price by itself, our token as well, without anything from the team being done really. And now, obviously, we're retracing here, and the token has less volume now after we kind of found, lower price levels here again. But yeah, we're having a few things in plan. Obviously, still we have the OTC round that's going on as we speak right now to get additional capital for liquidity deepening when we start the Solid Soil buyback program, which has been announced but not yet initiated, and we also haven't really announced any timelines yet. And I can't really give you exact timelines even today in this call, even though you always get the pure alpha. But it is definitely going to happen sooner than later. We're not going to push this to 2026 or some shit. It is happening in the second half of this year that we will use some of the first revenues made by Solana ID protocol to buy back Solid tokens to share some value with token holders. And together with altcoins performing well, buybacks, some additional marketing efforts, and the closing and announcement of an OTC round, plus some major product announcements that we're actually working on right now, including the Solid portal and something we're double tapping on later again, the SDN. All these things are in the making, right? So there's definitely a lot of stuff happening right now. and it will sooner or later reflect as well in token price. No financial advice. That is just my assumption. Now, altcoin season. Do you guys feel it coming? Benny, do you have it? What does your gut tell you? Are you ready for it, or do you think the cycle is cooked?
Dude, I don't know. I feel like I've been so hopeful for so long, and every pump feels like this is it. This is what we've been waiting for, and then it's not that. But I'm curious what your thoughts are on Ethereum, because for a while I feel like Solana community's kind of been trashing Ethereum a little bit, me included. We got talked down to for a very long time, and then this most recent cycle has been our moment to shine. And then over the last few 2 weeks, 3 weeks, Ethereum's just gone nuts. And curious on what your thoughts are there.
I've never really shit talked ETH for reasons. Obviously, I'm a Solana bull, and my project is literally called Solana ID. We pivoted from the ETH and EVM circles to Solana for reasons. I believe deeply in the superior, whatever. The how do you say that?
Superior.
But I need a noun. The superiority of Solana tech. Benny's like,
that works.
That works. Of Solana tech. Yeah, that sounds like something dangerous. I think Solana tech is 100% better than Ethereum tech. I think Ethereum as an ecosystem is flawed to an extent, but I never stopped believing in their ability to kind of, still make it work. Yeah. But it's just not. It's never going to be like Solana, because what they're trying to do is basically they're trying to improve and optimize a system that has flaws in it that can't be outworked. So I think in the long term, Ethereum is a difficult play, but in the short term, ETH is the altcoin leader, the indicator for altcoin season. Whenever ETH BTC ratio goes up, right? So ETH pumps more than Bitcoin, like right now. Whenever that happens, that has been historically always an inflection point for Altseason, because all the other coins, including Solana, follow ETH. So it is just what it is, right? That's just how markets work. Ethereum still has the network effects from developers, community, investors, institutions, from 10 years more track record than Solana. Keep that in mind. Ethereum was, they kind of came into action to 14, to 15. They really took off. To 18, they had the ICO bubble. Solana was not even, it was just like, it was probably a napkin back then, right? So Solana is just like so new compared to ETH, and the network effects of Ethereum ecosystem are so much bigger that it has to perform well, at least in the midterm, in my opinion, right? Because everyone is watching it. It has a very good investment thesis for asset managers and institutions, because you tell them, look, Bitcoin is digital gold, Ethereum is the future of the internet. This is the platform where all the apps for the Web3 ecosystem will be built on. And they don't know about the difference between Solana and Ethereum and all, like I could tell them, look, guys, maybe you should take a look at Solana, right? But most asset managers that pitch that to their GPs, they're like, hey, we should invest in Ethereum because, X, Y, Z. Now, more and more, obviously, Solana, gets into the pitch as well. And people are like, maybe we should diversify the ETH allocation into Sol as well, because, the ETH killer. So that's good for Solana. But I still believe ETH has room to grow in the upwards, and we see it right now, right? It definitely reacted a lot more to this rate cut than Bitcoin. So people are literally on the buying button right now. They're just waiting to go into ETH because they anticipate the altcoin season. But let's see this as an indicator for what comes after, right? That's why the title of today's talk is ETH all-time high in, next Sol, then solid, because that's literally how I see this working out. NFA. Does that make sense? Do you like agree, disagree, or?
Yeah. I mean, I think Ethereum definitely has its place in the ecosystem. I think there's a reason that a lot of the big funds invest in it. It feels a little bit more secure to them. I think, like you said, with its longevity, they had their 10-year anniversary. What was it? A few weeks ago. I think for Solana, there's a lot more promising aspects to it. It's interesting for me because when I first came to Solana, like 21, 22, and then during 23 as well, like Ethereum community looked down on Solana. Like we were always just
course.
getting shit talked by the entire, you know, Bored Ape community, Azuki's, whatever it was, especially when the FTX happened. All these Ethereum users came out and was like, look what told you guys, lack of decentralization. What can I say? I try to warn you. And then over the last year, it's been nice, kind of reveling or like sitting in the we were right camp finally.
Yeah. You know, and it's such a huge topic, right? There's so much question marks. Like, you know, was it all worth it for Solana? Like, was the whole meme coin craze worth it? Because it helped us.
Yeah.
It got all the attention. It created all those launch pads. You know, Solana is printing by far the most revenues on protocol level, combined all protocols on Solana, compared to all the other ecosystems. We're making much more money on Solana. What does it mean? That means there's much more economic value and use cases on Solana right now. Yeah. But then you dive a bit deeper and you're like, okay, but what are those use cases? Is it Kanye West launching his fucking Yeezy token? Pierre, did you see that, by the way? Because you were in your winter sleep.
He finally did. Literally, today is the first day of me being online this whole week. I feel like I have been gone for a whole month. And I
Welcome
just looked
to
at
crypto,
my phone earlier and was like, what the fuck happened to Solana? Okay. But now you're telling me that this... Sorry, I don't want to
easy
say bad names. Finally launched a coin and he didn't call it, you know... Hey,
what?
I cannot say the name, man. I'm German.
Benny, what is he referring to? I don't know what's happening.
No, I don't know. I'm a little lost as well.
Starts with
fucking pussies.
An H, and then ends with Hitler.
You want this as a ticker for his token or what?
I don't know. I thought he's going to launch it this way, but
no, that was just one of his delusional kind of phases where he kind of, you know,
Pierre ready with buy orders. Ready with the buy orders. Now he's no.
The first thing I did when Kanye launched the stupid token, I just waited for Hyperliquid to list it, and the first thing I did was just short it with like not too much, like with a couple $100. You never know what these fuckers do, right? But I just shorted it, and it obviously went just down. Like it just went down,
nice.
Like because I mean this guy is I mean, we don't want to. This is not a main topic for today, but yes, Kanye West launched a token, Yeezy, but it was hugely bundled. More than 90% were held by insiders. You can see it on chain. People knew the Addy again in advance. Like basically the whole fucking celeb token playbook that we've been through already with presidents and celebrities and alike, right? All over again. It just looked like another one. But I think now the crypto community kind of, you know, we kind of know what's happening. So people were not as excited. It still happens, and people bought into it, sure. And I saw some analysis. A lot of people lost money. A few people made a lot of money, like always, you know. But it cooled off quicker.
Is it new people that buy that stuff, or is it? Sorry to say that.
Probably a mix.
Are there really people out there that are that stupid? That have seen all the other rug pulls before, and they think like, look, this time it's going to be different, man. I'm going to make some money.
That's not what's happening. I think people are just trying to catch the knife before it falls. So because obviously the token will pump initially, right? If Kanye West posts a ticker, it will pump at least for 5 minutes, at least. You know what I mean? So people are just trying to fucking catch the knife before it falls, but it will fall. They know it. They're not stupid. Like most people know it will fucking go to zero. So they're just trying to make a quick buck.
They are fine with gambling their money away.
Yes, it's pure gamble.
It's literally gambling.
Yes. Obviously, there's like a whole fucking. He wants like easy card, easy pay. He wanted to. I don't know.
They always have super nice utility plans, and nothing is ever being executed.
It is what it is. It is part of crypto. It's part of what's happening here. But luckily, we have really good protocols. All of the people we work with at Solana ID are fucking useful protocols. I think, we just believe strongly into the tech and into the future of crypto. I see so many posts right now on the timeline of, hey, guys, do you feel what's happening? You can with apps like Cast or Sollayer or in future Solflare, you can use your stables directly for payment. You can get paid in crypto. You can put your money to work. in either yield-bearing stablecoins. You can put it in some, pretty secure DeFi strategies on Camino or similar platforms. You can put it on Hilo. You can put it on Yuma. There's so many DeFi platforms out there that make pretty competitive yields compared to banks. And you don't even need a bank. And it is still fairly safe, these strategies, with like a 7% yield, 10% yield, 12% yield, even up to 20% yield that you can get. And you can almost directly spend your money out of that yield account. Like that's the future. Like that is really cool. That's my bank can't do that. And it's so seamless and easy and quick, right? I just tried to transfer money to our videographer, it, Pierre, who's in South Africa. Yeah. And asked me, bro, I need to pay our video guy. He has a bank account in South Africa. We have USDC. How the fuck do we pay him? And I'm like,
why does he not have any like Solana wallet? What's wrong?
He has, but for some reason he needs, I don't know. For some reason he needs US dollars. There's people like that. He has a normal company registered there. I don't know why. Don't know. But what I wanna question is the bank system, because it was such a pain in the ass to make that transfer, and it's still not there. And I did it like a week ago. So I think today it might be there. Yesterday he said it arrived at the bank, but he needs to clear it, whatever that means. So he needs to submit additional details and information and whatever. And then there's fees in between. And, I could have just clicked the button. 5 seconds later, he had his money and he could put it on his CAS card and he could go for dinner. Technically, that works. You know what I mean? It's so much easier. So anyway.
I mean, even Revolut works pretty fine these days with
with crypto.
And crypto. It's like super convenient.
Yeah, still takes time though. Like Cast works like this, Solana works like this. Revolut, you need to wait a day, sometimes even longer, if they don't.
No,
if they
for me it takes maybe like 10 minutes maximum. I swear.
Okay.
It's super quick.
I waited. But that's the thing. It's not reliable. Yeah,
for me,
that's the thing.
It has always been very reliable. If I need money on my Revolut, it's like super.
But it's not. It is not reliable. You might face the day when you're like, oh, where's my money? And then it's pending for like a day. And then you open the support and you're like, guys, where's my money? And then they tell you after 1 day of answer time, yeah, it's pending because we're doing some checks. And then you wait another day and whatever. So Cyber says, very stressful as fuck. True. Traditional banking can be quite stressful. That's what brought me into crypto when I saw, I can send money to USA in a blink on Solana, out of my fucking Radium pool where I just made some yield in magic internet money. And now we're here, right? Now it's much more established. Anyway, let's do a giveaway, because that's definitely part of the stream. We should have a small giveaway. Pierre, could you prep the little thingy?
For sure.
Yep.
I'll bring the video up.
So going forward, guys, for the live stream now, we're going to do a quick giveaway. You know the deal. You know what's going to happen. It's always the same. Not always the same, but it's going to be the same as most streams, where you have to comment a word. So get ready to put your fingers on your keyboard, because Pierre's going to pull up the giveaway. And after that, we're going to dive into some company updates from Solana ID before we then show you guys this week's participation NFT that you can also get ready, Pierre, by the way. We still have like 20 minutes before we pull it up. But for now, guys, it's giveaway time. You have 60 seconds. All you have to do is put Solidian in the comment section. So Solidian in the comment section right now. We will choose a random winner. We should choose a random winner. We will choose a random winner from the comments. So just put Solidian in the comment section. We will scroll through the comments after the timer is gone. And one lucky person out of all of you will win 1,500 solid. And CG just wrote solid to $1. That would be nice. If you hold on to it, that would be $1,500 for this giveaway. Bullish. Yeah. Damn. Guys, you have 10 more seconds. Make sure after you commented Solidian in the comment section to also follow Solana ID. Okay, Benny? Follow Solana ID on X. Make sure, otherwise you're disqualified. And retweet the live stream also on X, please. Retweet the live stream. The time's up, guys. The time is up. Scarlett wishes good luck to everyone. And Pierre is our lucky fairy, so he will decide whose fate it will be today. Yeah, we should put him in a costume someday. Pierre, whenever you're ready, let me know.
Can I be the pretty fairy instead of the lucky one?
Lucky pretty fairy for Halloween. October's coming up.
Oh, yeah. Oh shit.
Well, I gave up. I already gave up with those two. Pierre, you ready?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I give the
I'm
countdown.
ready.
Then you start scrolling. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go, and stop.
Ooh.
Ooh.
We have our lucky man. Let me check myself if he is in the StreamYard comments as well, because I always check on Twitter. Why can I not find him?
Who is the
It's,
winner?
it
Pierre,
seems
tell us.
like
We're all very
it's
excited.
always someone
Yeah,
from
that
the
is not in StreamYard.
OGs that is not in StreamYard, but it's not always the same. Like sometimes JD is not here, but I think JD is here today on StreamYard, and then sometimes it's someone else. But today,
Who
our
won, bro?
unlucky friend Foodlefinger won, and he is not in the StreamYard comments, so I cannot bring him up on the stream. But
Oh.
Foodlefinger, you are the lucky winner for today.
I saw Foodle's GM earlier, so I'm just going to display this comment.
Yeah, but
GM.
Can you see him? Can you see his submission for this? No.
No.
Cannot.
Sometimes for everyone who wonders, sometimes in StreamYard, in our streaming platform, we don't see the comments on Twitter. Not every comment, it's a bug. That's why.
Yeah, it's weird.
But Foodle commented Solidian, and Pierre just chose him by luck, by random. So Foodle, GG, my man. W for Foodle. Foodlefinger won 1,500 solid. That means next time it could be you, because everyone has a chance. And Snotoshi just said, just missed the giveaway. Bro, you have one job, bro, in this live stream. One job. Just stay here until we do the giveaway. And obviously listen to us yapping. Snotoshi next time, bro. Next time. Don't worry about it. Cool. W for our friend Foodle. I think Foodle, we probably have your wallet Eddie from some prior comment giveaway already.
I am pretty
If not,
sure.
If not, we will make sure to get it. But yeah, GG and congrats for winning 1,500 solid in today's giveaway. O says, I never win on giveaway, lols. That is, we had we picked, a lot of times we pick people here that were very surprised that they won something. So it can be you as well. It's literally luck. Like I told you, like Pierre's a lucky fairy. He just, stops his cursor whenever I say
thought
stop.
I'm the pretty one, the pretty fairy now.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you're very pretty. This man has issues. Now, going forward, guys, what are we?
Who doesn't like to be called pretty, huh? What's wrong with that?
We need like a separate room in StreamYard where I can put the two of you like off stage, so you can talk to each other while I just do my job. Yes, a breakout session,
like on Zoom. We have our own stream going on.
Yes. Just you two. No one's listening, and then I talk.
You say that. Maybe you end up being alone, and Simon and Benny and me, we will have all of the people coming with us.
Sure.
Let the audience choose.
Yeah, maybe one day we'll do that. Anyway, we don't want to pick sides here. Where shall we start? We have like a few things I wanted to touch on when it comes to company updates. We do have the perk pitch. Let's do this a little bit later. I think first of all, I want to just chat a little bit about the SDN, Benny, because we're like constantly working on the Solana ID Display Network. It's like a really big topic for us. Right now we have some plans with it. And I wanted to just give some transparency, some updates, so people know what is happening. Mm-hmm. Before I will let you kind of give some updates on the progress on things, so you can say everything, right? Like always, just like how things are going, what's in the making, what's in the baking. Before we do that, I wanted to share this one here real quick for people who don't know. For people who don't know, I wanted to just like give a little update again, or a little refresher on what the Solana ID Display Network really is, right? So obviously, as you all know, Solana ID is doing personal perks on chain. We do targeted, tailored perks based on wallet behaviors and in future off-chain identity data. On Solana, you can see us as the Google ads for Solana, if you want to say so, just in better, because our ads are actually perks. So they're not annoying, they don't look ugly, and they also give you actually some use cases. So that's what ads should do, in my opinion, because ads should capture attention. And the most efficient way to capture attention is by actually giving me something that I care about, right? And most ads on Google are unfortunately by now kind of, you know, stale and boring and annoying, and you know, even the way they look sometimes is kind of outdated, and sometimes they even scammy, right? So with Solana ID, you don't have that. It's the opposite. All our perks that you will ever see in the Solana ID Display Network or on our page are approved by the Solana ID team, and they are always crafted with the effort of giving you something positive, something good, a perk, a benefit, 30% off on a sign-up fee, for example, or a trading discount or whatever. So the SDN is basically pushing that idea into a network of display partners with a lot of reach, right? So we call it the SDN. That's the name we came up with, and it allows us to acquire users and reach users not only on our front end, app.solana.id, which is your go-to platform right now to find perks, but it also allows us to catch the user where he is or where she is, right? So whenever you log in and want to one of your favorite apps, we want the perk pop up that is targeted to your wallet behavior. And this happens in a native look and feel, so it blends in with the UI, it looks nice on the front end, and it should always have some sort of recognition factor. We don't want these perks to look different every time. We want you guys to, you know, see a perk frame and be like, hey, nice, this is a Solana ID perk, wherever you are, right? And also, I think this creates some sort of trust factor, right? Because obviously we're always worried about clicking on links, but if you see a perk frame powered by Solana ID on any website or any D app, you can be sure, you know, this integration, if it's on a reputable website, obviously check the domain, right? Make sure it's really sol-incinerator.com and not some fake. But if it's on a reputable website, on an established protocol on Solana, and you see a perk frame, then chances are very, very high that this is a legit thing to interact with. And then on top of it, it is obviously targeted, as I said before. So these perks don't pop up for everyone. They pop up only for users that have high chances to care about whatever we display, because we check the wallet behavior. If it's a fresh wallet that we don't know yet, we just look at that single wallet, and we will see, okay, what behavior does this wallet have? What tier does it classify in? Is it a bot? Is it a real user? And then we make our decision to display the perk. Or if it's a known wallet, aka a Solana ID user, then this user might have connected already 10 other wallets to a Solana ID account. If you connect one of these wallets to a display partner, then the display partner will basically know the data from the set of your wallets. He won't know all your pub keys, but he will know the basically aggregated identity account that you log in with, even if you just log in with one of the wallets that are part of your profile. This, by the way, is also a big reason why you should sign up to Solana ID, because you increase your chances to get better perks. Because if you have 10 wallets connected, you might be in a better tier, you might have better badges, and you might find better perks in every corner of the ecosystem. Now, that's a little refresher on the SDN. Benny, where do we stand in terms of the progress of the SDN? What are our thoughts right now when it comes to, rolling it out in a larger fashion? And we see some logos here on the slide already, so we can also touch on the progress updates with these companies maybe.
Yep. Well, Sol Incinerator, we obviously soft launched about a month ago now. And that's been going really well. I think we touched on some of the stats. You can see Chester here staring at me in the corner, by the way. We touched on some of the stats in the past: 16% click-through rate, 60% conversion rate on those clicks, which is absolutely insane. When you look at a lot of the Web 2 services like Google AdSense, 1% click-through rate is something that a lot of organizations and companies look for. 16% is unheard of. And then on the conversion side, 60% is also really, really insane to see. And that just comes from the entire perk system, right? Like, users don't want to just get random scammy advertisements. We always see those on Instagram, on Amazon, wherever it may be. These perks are with protocols that you recognize, some you don't recognize, but either way, it's going to be essentially advantages. You're being rewarded for your on-chain data, which I think is super exciting. I've said this in the past, and I do strongly believe it, is in the past, it's always been you receive benefits for having followers, for having influence within the space. Solana ID really turns that on its head by receiving benefits for just being experienced, for just having history on chain, for interacting with a wide variety of different protocols. You don't have to have a Twitter account. You don't have to have a Discord account. You don't have to be a part of any community necessarily. You just have to have a rich on-chain history. And then, like you said, if you have a Solana ID, you can connect your wallets together. And that's massive because you're almost definitely going to be receiving better perks if you connect your wallets. It's really difficult to be tier 1 or tier 2 with a single wallet. It's possible, but for a lot of users, you're going to want to connect as many wallets as possible. I know me, for example, I have wallets for a variety of different activities. So my score, and I got a few extra badges once I connected my wallets on the launch day. When it comes to display partners, we have been having a lot of conversations. We're talking to a lot of different types of protocols. There are certain types that fit very specifically in our vertical. Soul Incinerator is a great example because they're one that has a lot of traffic, but they don't have a way to really monetize that traffic super efficiently, right? They maybe have some small fees here and there, but to be able to consistently monetize users that come to your site and connect your wallet is really, really valuable. And a lot of protocols aren't able to do that. Another good example is portfolio apps. Portfolio apps where maybe users aren't making swaps, you don't have anywhere you're really generating fees. It's difficult to make that a profitable business. Step Finance, I mean, they're obviously very profitable. They don't necessarily have that problem, but they do have a lot of users coming just simply checking out their portfolio app. They're a great example of a strong display partner that would make a lot of sense. Users come in, they want to see what's going on in their wallet, how their trades are going, and at the same time, they can receive benefits, perks, discounts, fee discounts, trading, grants, whatever it may be from the SDN. When it comes to new partners that we're reaching out with, Simon, we've spoken about this. I think that there's a unique angle that we can take tapping into the mobile user base. There's a clear reason why Solana Foundation, Solana Labs funded the Solana mobile phone, the Seeker, now being shipped out. Not only they, but I as well believe that mobile is the future. When it comes to onboarding non-crypto natives, Web2 normies, I think the phone is going to be a perfect starting point. It solves a lot of pain points, especially for apps and dApps, going through the Google Store, going through the iPhone App Store. If anyone's unfamiliar, that's like a miserable process, and there's a ridiculous amount of fees attached to it. So Solana is not only helping the tech, but also helping a lot of developers on that end. I think if we can tap into a lot of these early startup phone dApps like Luco, like Cherry.fun, a few others where there's going to be not only crypto native users utilizing those apps and playing with it on their Seeker, but also non-crypto native users coming and experiencing crypto for the first time through them. We're able to tap into both of these audiences, which for perk partners is super valuable, right? They want experienced crypto users, but they also want brand new users, because right now you can't really advertise your crypto products to non-crypto natives. It's the hoops that you have to jump through to have like a Google ad for Soulflare, for example, to have a Google ad is ridiculous, and the fees they cost, it's insane. So Solana ID is really fixing the problem for not only Web3 native users, but also non-native users.
What are some of the progress updates with the names you mentioned, just so people in our community, especially here in the Solid Talk, know what we're doing in the back? Because we've been talking about the SDN an uncomfortable long time, like since months now. Yeah. And obviously we have the pilot live with Solid Incinerator, but I think the community might not really understand what it takes, to really get this set up properly right now. So maybe you can just tell us, what is the state right now with people like Saga DAO, Step Finance, for example, or the mobile apps you mentioned? Like what's the progress look like with these? And then also what's the challenge right now as well? Like why does it actually take time to kind of get these partnerships locked in?
Yeah, I think kind of starting with the last question is there's stages with every conversation, right? Because you reach out to these teams, some of them know about Solana ID, some of them don't, but either way, they don't really fully understand the SDN concept. So the first challenge is making sure they really understand the perk system, the SDN, what the value is on their side, and then the integration. Because the integration is actually pretty lightweight, right? It's about 2, 3, maybe 4 hours of dev time. But every protocol on Solana is always insanely busy, right? They're making the most of every hour of every day. Their dev roadmaps planned out for months in advance. So hopping on a call with them, making sure they understand the concept, the value add for them, as well as the value add being high enough for them to put the priorities of their devs to the SDN instead of whatever they're currently working on, is usually the biggest hurdle that we have to jump. I think it's not necessarily, it's not too bad because I think we serve such a unique value add that no one else can provide. I think that it really is just come down to making sure they understand the concept. So Incinerator onboarded, Saga DAO onboarded as well. We created a custom perk frame for them, making sure it blends in seamlessly with the UI. Been talking to Cloud King a lot. Obviously, we have our previous partnership with them. If you own a Saga phone, you get a free Solana ID mint. And they'll be pushing perks out not only on their side for their community specifically, but also through the SDN on their page. Step Finance, we had a call this week with them. They just had a huge launch, and they're a great example of a project that was super interested. We talked to them in the very early days. They loved the concept, but they were head down focusing on their mobile wallet. That was their main focus. It just didn't make sense for them to really take any of their dev resources away from that. So they just launched that, what was it, last week, with a one click to earn wallet. Super interesting. I'm really happy to see that, and it aligns really closely with what our overall goal is, right? Is tapping into this mobile market. And so on our call, we talked about displaying perks not only through their mobile wallet, but also on their portfolio app, and onboarding some of their users through their own display and their own perk, which I think is an interesting concept that Pierre mentioned a few months ago, and I've really tapped into with a lot of these display partners, is that they can actually offer perks to their own platform or their own products to their own users. So Step's a good example where maybe users on their portfolio, they've been checking it for the last few weeks, but they don't necessarily keep up with everything going on with Step. They don't have their announcements or notifications on Twitter. So they may not know about this mobile app, but if they display a perk through their own display, so when a user signs into portfolio, connects their wallet, and a perk pops up and it says, hey, we actually have a mobile wallet now, and it has one click to earn, and you can earn a boosted APY, you can invite friends, whatever it may be, then they can actually convert their existing users to a new product that they have. So we're finalizing steps there. We've been in conversations for a while, like I said, but I think we're finally getting to a point where it makes sense for them to start putting more dev resources into. Drip, we've been in conversations for a while. That's also one of like the bigger ones. Chester's here to say hi. One of the bigger ones that is really, really important for us, right? Because that's kind of part of the Jupe ecosystem. And if we're able to tap into the Jupiter user base, the community, I think there's huge value there. And then mobile apps, we're talking to Cherry.fun. We had a call with EA, which is in the Bonk ecosystem. And that's another one that I think is pretty similar to like the Jupe situation, where they have their hands in so many different cookie jars that if we can just get one of those jars, we can kind of get our foot in the door, right? And show them the value of the display, the SDN, show them the value of being a display partner, the potential revenue, which EA always has had troubles with in the past, even before they were a bonk entity, and then hopefully expand from there. And I think EA would be really cool. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Nomu. Been working with him for a long time. Good friend, and we talked to JT earlier. Super cool guy. They're doing some awesome stuff, and integrating with them would be massive.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. I think that pretty well rounds everything up, right? Gives a good update to where we're at with the SDN. So I think TLDR, things are moving forward. It gets closer to a time where we can actually assemble a small, proper group of good names for a bigger launch of the SDN, so everyone really knows about it. Because so far, we've only talked about it really here in the Solid Talks, and we haven't did like a major announcement push on Twitter yet about it. So like one of the big product pushes we want to do on Twitter in the very short future is the Solana ID Display Network, right? To really fully like push it out and get it well known in the ecosystem. So yeah, thanks Benny for the updates. I think looking a little bit into the future, into the big goals, and like the big movers here for the SDN would be, as one vertical, wallets. Definitely wallets, because wallets have most users in crypto. They kind of own the end user as well, and we all open our wallets usually multiple times per day. So like displaying Solana ID perks inside of wallets is what I think will be a step that is really, really big for us. And I think there's no wallet we're not talking to. Let's put it that way. But there's obviously some we're a bit closer than with others. Okay, I'll leave it there for now. But we do have this on our very important goal list when it comes to wallets and to display perks. Okay, so that is kind of it's not, I wouldn't say it's the end game, but it's definitely a huge milestone for the Solana ID Display Network after we launch it, to also get it onto some of the major wallets as well.
Last thing I'll add is what's really interesting about display partners is that each one wants to display it in a very different way, right? Like you have Incinerator, which is on their profile, and that's very typical. You connect your wallet and the perk pops up right away. And the best place is generally going to be on their homepage because that's where majority of users are. They can get the most traction. But then you have apps like Luco, where they are a gamified system, right? You walk around kind of like Pokemon Go and you claim these treasure chests. They wanted something that feels a little bit more gamified. So you walk around and maybe you pick up a chest and you get a perk from opening this treasure chest. You can get tokens, you can get coupons, whatever it may be, but one of those things may be a Solana ID perk. And then we created a special graphic with them for that. Step Finance mentioned wanting to do it in this like specific part of their website. So I think that's something a lot of people don't really think about, is it's not as simple as just like integrating the API and like throwing on a perk frame. A lot of these partners want to do it in a very tasteful way. And so that's some of the hurdles that we face, is that making sure that it makes sense to do, and we do it in a good way.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Paul, MetaMask is cooking. We're waiting for the last line of defense is the MetaMask CMO, which is gonna give the final green light for our campaign. We kind of went through all the stages and all the departments to kick off an official campaign together with Solana ID and some of our perk partners with MetaMask. And now the final green light needs to come from the MetaMask CMO, who is on vacation as of now. So that is the blatant truth. We need to wait for at least another week, I would say, to get more info here. But we've been working on the MetaMask campaign since a while. I'm pretty optimistic that it works out, but I never have any. I'm not in love with the idea. Like, if it doesn't work out, it is what it is, right? We made it already pretty far to do something with MetaMask. Let's see if we can make it to the finish line with them. But let's say we did a lot of preparation already. So we only need the green light from the CMO, and then we have perk partners aligned that would join a special campaign with MetaMask. We know already where Solana ID will be promoted from MetaMask side as well, like where on their product we will be highlighted, and then obviously amplifications from their social accounts and so on would be also part of that push. And I think there's the game plan is set. We just need the green light. That is the progress update on MetaMask as well. Now, I do have just a few perk progress updates as well that I wanted to throw in here in today's Solid Talk. Before I do that, just real quick, Pierre, I think we can get the participation NFT for this week ready, if you may. Just so we can, just so we have it, we can show the people what it looks like. And then we can start to allow the first people here to get the hands on the participation NFT. Because as you know, every single week here, we have a unique artwork crafted for the Solid Talks. And today we have Solid Talk number 51. And on the 23rd of August, actually it's 23rd in most time zones. And you will be able to mint this NFT, not mint, but to get this NFT if you follow some instructions. Should we do it now, guys, or should we first touch on a few more points on the agenda? Pierre, whatever you think.
We can do it now. I'm ready.
All right. Okay. Then, as always, guys, it is pretty straightforward to get your hands on this NFT. This artwork, again, has been created uniquely for today's call. It is the Solidian hiding in lotus flowers. And you can get your hands on it if you go on talk.solana.id. And we just need to wait for Pierre's go that the quest is active.
Everything is fine.
Okay.
It is,
you can go to Okay, what's the code?
This one, Mister.
This one,
Should I call you
all
Mister?
time high. Yes, please. All time high, guys. That is the secret word. So you go on talk.solana.id, okay? And then you will find the Solid Talk number 51 quest. You insert the secret code, which is all time high. You insert your wallet ID, and then you interact with the tweet real quick. And once you did all these tasks, you will be able to click submit and claim the quest. And once you did that, we will send you that NFT into your wallet in the next days. That's all you have to do. Make sure to reply to the post that is linked in the quest and copy the reply URL in that quest as well. And I will also do a little quote retweet instead of a normal retweet. And I will include this week's Solid Talk NFT as well. Every single week we live stream. Every single week we have a unique NFT for participants. Consistency is key.
Sounds about right.
Right?
Right.
All right.
Consistency, stillness. What else is the key?
Big balls.
Network.
Yeah. All right. That's the NFT. Now, we do have one important part of the agenda that we still need to cover, which is the perk pitch winner. So we're going to go through the submissions. Actually, maybe we can do that now. I think people are waiting for this. Snotoshi already has to go. See you, brother. Thanks for joining today. And now let me just share this window. And we have the perk pitch, ladies and gentlemen. Pitch your dream perk for Solana ID Hub. Best ideas win prizes. We have 3,000 solid for place 1, 2,000 solid for place 2, and 1,000 solid for place 3. All you had to do was pick a project you want to see in the Solana ID perk hub, and then you should tag them on Twitter, tag Solana Identity on Twitter, and suggest your dream perk as well, as specific as possible. So suggest a dream perk, and a little bonus would be to share why you think this protocol would be great to have. So something positive about that protocol. Pitch it, tag it, we'll make it happen. That was a task, and we got a few submissions here that I have opened. We picked a few that seemed like they make sense, but only 3 of them will make a win. We have Xerlock, who said, do something with Play Solana, like special console discounts or at least XP rewards. So he replied to the thread. He tagged Play Solana. He gave us an idea of what the perks could look like. I think it could have a little bit more depth, a little bit more explanation, and also why Play Solana. But it's true, we like Play Solana, and we already have a group chat by the way, with them. But so far, we haven't made any progress on actually securing a perk. Let's see how it goes. Xerlock, thank you so much for your submission. We also have Ivan L telling us to do something with Solid or the Seeker phone, which is also a very good idea. Unfortunately, the tweet lacks a little bit of depth as well. What could be the perk? How does it look like? What do you get? What's the target audience for it? And also, you should always tag the companies, as we said in the instructions. Anyway, the idea is great. Then we have CryptoChris, who said Radix DEX. He tagged the Radix DEX, and he said it's the world's first leveraged yield exchange, margin yield trading, fixed yield farming, yield stacking, and so on, which is why they are great. And the perk that he would like to see is a points boost for a solid Sol pool. Would have to think about that, if that makes sense, and if we could make this happen. Either way, we already had a few calls with Radix, just FYI, so definitely not a bad idea. I like that idea. And also, the perk doesn't need to be exactly this. It could be something else as well with Radix. Radix has a shitload of products and options on their platform. So I'm pretty sure we could, especially in the point system, find options for a targeted perk for specific users. So I think CryptoChris had a good idea here, and I would personally give CryptoChris place 3 in this week's perk pitch competition. So CryptoChris, congrats for your idea. And then we have 2 more. We have Ink and Foodle. And now I need your guys' support as well. Pierre and Benny, you need to help me to pick number 1 and number 2. Okay. So what is Ink saying?
Wait,
Ink says
how many winners did you already show? It feels like we already showed 5 winners, no?
no one won so far.
Oh.
So only CryptoChris gets the 3rd place. So now we have place 1 and place 2 left that can win something. So Ink says Magic Eden plus Solana identity is perfect against the bot menace. Verified ID, early NFT drop access if you have a verified ID. Trusted attestations, lower fees, reputation, exclusive auctions. Overall, sounds good. Lacks a little bit of detail, in my opinion. What does verified ID mean? Do they need to KYC? Trusted attestations. What are we attesting to exactly? Reputation. Are we looking at NFT reputation, like NFT behavior, NFT whales, trading, and so on? So I think we would have to specify a little bit more. But it makes Magic Eden the first human verified NFT marketplace. Real collectors win. Bot farms lose. Here's why they're perfect. Magic Eden's goal to bot free NFT. Per user science built to prove identity, reputation, trust. True. Magic Eden protects culture. Society provides the trust layer. Magic happens. Sounds good. Again, I think maybe a little bit detail, a little bit too many words. But I think the idea is great. So overall, a very good submission. So I think one of the top 2. And then Foodle also made a good suggestion. He said Hilo. Hilo is also a very interesting protocol on Solana that right now gets a really good coverage, I feel, on Twitter. I know a few people that use them. And a 2x leverage sol solution with no liquidation risk and yield-bearing stablecoin, 17%. That's basically what they do. Season 0 is active. The perk idea would be a points boost and or a solid X Hilo badge. Definitely something feasible, in my opinion. Sol is going to do, so why not with safe 2x leverage? Also true. Now, we have Foodle and Ink. What do we do, ladies? What do we do, gentlemen?
Benny, you want to go first?
Yeah, I mean, I think I like the versatility of the Magic Eden one, even though maybe he doesn't have like the attestation service locked down, or like the reputation side. I still like the creativity, right? Like that's 3 different angles that you can tap into Solana ID value adds for Magic Eden. But as you said, there isn't necessarily like the specificness on what exactly that would look like. Hilo is one that we actually spoke about very recently, Simon, right? I mean, in the last week we were talking about him. And Fuddlefinger, I think, kind of nailed it with what exactly a perk would look like. Points boost or a badge. Points boost, in my opinion, is one of it's like the bread and butter, right? Like any perk protocol can offer it. It's already integrated. It already exists within their reward incentive system, so it doesn't require extra dev work. And users love perks. I love perks. I love seeing a multiply. I like seeing that number go up. So or points at least. So it makes sense. 17%. That's crazy. I did not realize they were that high. That's some impressive yield there.
Yep. Hilo. That's why I say like right now Hilo's making good waves on Twitter because they have very interesting yield opportunities, and also the 2x leverage with no liquidation risk is obviously really cool. So yeah, Hilo is a cool product. Are you rooting for Foodle?
I think so. I like Foodle. I know he's around, you know, I think that's what comes with being in the community and being tapped in, is that he knows exactly what a perk looks like and what users like.
Yep. Pierre, what's your take?
Yeah, I actually feel the same way. To be honest, like the other comment about Magic Eden, also interesting stuff, but I like these days it's so hard to tell sometimes, but I think it for me, it sounds a bit too AI generated. Even it might not be AI generated, but it still sounds a bit too AI generated for me, because there's like, as you said, there's lots of words. Sounds smart, but there's no essence. Like, what exactly are we going to do here?
I do see where he's coming from. It's that, like, especially pre Magic Eden airdrop, pre Tensor airdrop, there's a massive problem with people just wash trading, essentially, right? Because that's how they did their points, is that it's just volume on the platform. And with NFTs not being super big in the last year, that just resulted in certain collections just being like giga wash traded. You could think of Soul Maps was a really big one. Frogana was a really big one as well. There's a few others that just are known for being wash traded a lot. And I think his approach would be identifying high value real users through Solana ID, which is definitely something we can do. But honestly, I think these platforms on the back end, they know what's being wash traded. They know the botters. Sometimes they make certain collections ineligible for points for that. I think if they know better than we'll ever know, because they have everything on the back end, and there's some situations that they may just want to let it slide because those high numbers, those high volume numbers look really good and they do earn fees on them. And then other situations where they got to put their foot down. So I do see where he's coming from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. I think we're gonna give it to Foodle. We're gonna give it to Foodle eventually, even though Ink has a good idea. But Ink, you have second place, which is great as well. Foodle, today's your day, bro. You got picked in the raffle, and now you have also the submission here. So congrats to Foodle for the first place, Ink for the second place, and then we have Crypto Chris for the third place. So yeah, good job, guys. Thanks for working on this as well. And then we will definitely reach out for the prices and also make sure that we keep talking to these protocols. If we're not in talks yet, we will make sure to reach out. But actually, we have group chats, I think, with all of them, actually. Wedex, Magic Eden, and Hilo. We at least have group chats and open doors. We just need to nail down a partnership, which usually, takes some time.
Do we see Victor Alpha's perk in here?
I didn't have it on my short list, unfortunately.
Yeah, he threw it in the comments. It's pretty built out as well.
Okay. I mean, worst case, we will reevaluate after the call. For now, the lineup is set for now, and if anything changes, we let you guys know. But yeah, let's keep it like this for now. I will just make myself a note as well here. Who's number 1 and number 2 and number 3, number 2, and yeah, then I think we did the NFT, we did our giveaway, we also revealed the updates on the perk pitch. The only thing that might be left now is to give some updates real quick on existing perk discussions that we have right now in Solana ID. And I think we can keep that one short, just to kind of loop everyone in here what's happening. Benny is working tirelessly on securing more perks for the Solana ID community, talking to projects. We do have something cooking with Nomu, Benny. Nomu is right now really hot because, I think they're going to TGE soon. They also have their NFT drop very soon. Nomu is basically doing a Kickstarter on-chain on Solana where you can back projects, real projects, restaurants, products, retail, whatever it is, and you can back them early on and then basically earn on their future revenue, similar to Kickstarter, if you guys know what that was in Web 2. But Nomu is bringing into the Web 3 economy with the benefits the Web3 economy brings you as well, like secure revenue shares with these protocols for both NFT holders and token holders. So yeah, Nomu is definitely a rising star right now. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Benny, their NFT mint is happening very soon. I think it's next week.
Yes, on Wednesday, and we do have a perk with them planned up for that. Daniel, as we all know, he's our guy. and worked with him for BorgPad for the launch of Solid. Nomu is now not officially a ex-BorgPad project, I believe, but a lot of the team, there's a lot of overlap there.
Yeah,
And the team's super impressive.
backed.
Swissborg, yeah.
Yeah, Swissborg back. Yeah, so I think it's happening next week, the mint, and there will be a whitelist, so not everyone will have easy access to the OG NFTs from Nomu, but we'll make sure that we have some whitelist spots for the Solana ID community. It will be a limited supply, probably first come, first served, but we will make sure that we have a supply for specific Solana ID users. So you can brace yourself for that if you didn't manage to get on the whitelist or on the pre-sale yet for the NFTs. Then a few other company names that I want to just name drop here. We do have Flash Trade, which I'm really excited about. Big fan of the team, and we are talking with them now a bit deeper for some perks. We're making progress as well. Don't want to tell too many details yet. We will announce this once it's more crystallized. But I can definitely say that we're making good progress with Flash Trade as well for some interesting perks. They will be around the voltage point system that Flash Trade has, the VP system. So some Solana users will have a boost with VP points. That's the most likely perk we can secure for you. Another name drop I can do is Sanctum, actually. We opened the door to Sanctum as well. We're talking to them. They are working on some new products, but they also have existing products like INF, the LST, and can't really say too many details yet regarding a perk, but I can say that they are very interested to launch a campaign with Solana ID as well. So Sanctum is another name drop. Big shout out to the Sanctum team, to Bart, who's their communications and like marketing lead, who's helping us out here as well, and obviously to Ino, who kind of facilitated the whole intro and is always helping in the back to make sure we're making progress. And then we also have probably one of the major DEXs on Solana. I won't name drop. I won't name drop yet because I think it's a pretty interesting one. And Benny knows who I'm talking about. But yeah, we have like pretty good progress with them, and they're really excited as well to work with us. So very feasible that we will have a pretty good name very soon as well as part of the Solana ID perk campaigns. It is redacted DEX is in my notes, so I will not say yet who exactly it is to keep the tension a little bit alive. Those were some of the updates I wanted to give. Benny, do you feel like that kind of wraps it up for now when it comes to perks, or do you have anything else?
Yeah, I think those are the good ones to talk about now. We're always in conversations. We've followed up with a bunch of people this week. I have calls set up, but the same thing with display partners. It takes a little bit of time of not only working integrations in, but finalizing what an actual perk campaign looks like, because a lot of protocols don't realize that they have incentives or like potential perk campaigns already integrated in their platform. That's like half the fun right there, is working with them, learning about their protocol, and then making magic.
Yep. Exactly. Making magic happen. Guys, we're already pretty over the usual time. I mean, actually, we're quite in the normal time slot. I would say we call it a day or a night for now. Benny literally on the other side of the world right now. For me, it's like deep in the night, and you're just getting started. So
wait, what's the time for you?
It is what it is. It is 1:25. I'm 1 hour behind you, I think.
Oh, damn. That's hasn't been like that for a long time, I would say. I cannot remember when you or when it's late, more late for you than for me.
Than for you, yeah. That normally doesn't happen. But we do it because we love it, and was another great solid talk here. Thanks everyone for joining today. I think we covered some good ground. Again, if you didn't get your NFT yet, guys, this is it. This is the NFT for today. You need to go to talk.solana.id and use the secret word all-time high and follow the further instructions on the page. And we will make sure that this NFT drops into your wallet. It is a special NFT crafted for today's live stream. So make sure to get your hands on it to kind of enrich your collection of Solana ID NFTs or Solid Talk NFTs. Talk.solana.id for this one. And besides this, the only thing that's left to say for me is that we will see you again next week, Saturday, as always. Very reliable. You can count on us that we will be here for you, covering the latest news on Solana and Solana ID. in Solid Talk number 52 next week on our way to 100. So please be here again, same time, same spot. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, please get solid or stay solid. And we will see you at the next one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace out. Good night or good day.